Admiral Richard Byrd, Medal of Honor winner, youngest admiral in the history of the Navy, and recipient of 3 ticker tape parades in his honor, led 4 expeditions to Antarctica. The 4th being a military operation known as Operation High Jump, with an aircraft carrier group, 4,700 men, 13 support ships, and 33 aircraft. Their stated mission was to establish the Antarctic research base Little America 4, but many believe the true nature of the secret mission was to root out the Nazis who arrived in 1939, claiming New Swabia and setting up a Nazi presence in Antarctica. In 1954, Admiral Richard Byrd spoke on TV of an area bigger than the United States with valuable resources and announced a future of international exploration.
Our very distinguished guest for this evening is Admiral Richard E. Byrd.
Pour a whole bunch of water on it and watch none of the water fall off the bottom. It all sticks onto it. And while that's happening, and the water stays stuck. Not only that, you're at 1,000 miles an hour spinning this way, which also at 67,000 miles an hour, 67,000 miles an hour, while spinning 1,000, you're circling around the sun. And while that's happening, you're also chasing the sun through the Milky Way at 514,000 miles an hour. And every single night, the stars are exactly the same. Every single night. Every single night, the stars never change. Polaris is always exactly where it is. Bullshit!
We can bicker endlessly with people who refuse to logically examine the world for geological curvature, as their minds are made up that the Earth is a ball no matter what, just as they were forced to believe as small children. While there are practically an infinite number of examples where the world is clearly shown to be without curvature, it appears that people who vehemently cling to the globe theory without any chance of skeptically reviewing the topic as an adult will instead argue for the globe and cling to their beliefs. Visually measuring for curvature and generally finding none will always present the globe clingers with the plausible deniability of refraction, or their misapplication of refraction, as their get-out-of-logic-free card.
Captain, someone wants to say hi, is that okay?
Oh.
Do you adjust for curvature when you get up to a certain altitude?
Well, yeah, when you see the sun coming up on the horizon, then I don't know if you will.
But the plane stays at an even pitch throughout the whole flight.
Yeah.
So I mean, not too much curvature to count for.
No.
More flat than anything.
Nope, you close your eyes, you won't have a clue.
True. More flat than anything?
What was that?
It's more flat than anything.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
there should be different stars, random stars, in the sky if we are travelling at 650 million miles an hour, which is Mach 870,000. Do you really believe that every year we move through space at 5.5 trillion miles every year, and yet every year the same stars keep turning over our Earth? Aries, Taurus, Gemini, Cancer, Leo, Virgo, Libra, Scorpio, Sagittarius, Capricorn, Aquarius, Pisces, year after year after year, and yet none of those constellations distort, change shape, get brighter. There has never been, in recorded history, we have never seen any star get brighter.
This is what they want you to believe. They want you to believe we are flying through an endless universe going 500,000 miles per hour. If you believe we have been going 1.3 million miles per hour flying with the Milky Way for thousands of years and not crash into other planets, you have been successfully indoctrinated. This is absolutely impossible. Why does an asteroid burn up going ridiculous speeds, but the Earth doesn't? NASA says we orbit around the Sun at Mach 88. Do you know how stupid that is? You can't even see those speeds. How does the water on Earth stay level? NASA and all the space agencies have successfully mass brainwashed the world.
They can't
David
stop
Weiss
the
has a
truth.
fucking bet out there for 3 Bitcoins. If you give him one proof of the globe, it's been going around for years. No one's even, you can't. So, and then Flat Earth millionaire Tanner Stewart, he has a like the $200,000 challenge.
That circle, this is where we're at, and then anything outside of this is considered outer space?
Yes, for me, yes, because it's the highest elevated continent on Earth.
So it's what
but
would
yet they
keep
tell
them-
you it's a little cum stain on the bottom of a ball. It's the highest elevated land on Earth for a reason. These giant ice shelves surround the world. They keep our waters and our oceans in, so nothing comes off the side. But when Admiral Byrd went over that wall, and he took off, and they went for a while. He came back. Months and months later, he came back and was on live TV when TV used to be live. He was on live TV and he said, "There's another continent the size of North America over there. No one's seen it. Resources, animals, no one's ever stepped foot over there." And he even said, "I'm like something like I'm amazed that this has not been discovered yet." And 6 months later, always 6 for some reason with those motherfuckers. Admiral Byrd's dead. Copernicus, Galileo, just make up shit. Sticks and shadows. They'll buy it, right? Sticks and shadows. Yeah, put it in all the books. Now all of a sudden they're like, shit, dude, there's fucking more land. Nobody can know about this. Get rid of Byrd. Get rid of Admiral Byrd. That motherfucker, I don't even want him walking the earth anymore because of what he said on live TV. They took him out. They started a treaty so none of us can go there. And then they start NASA. It's the perfect timeline of deception.
Another supposed proof often offered up by globe debaters involves alleged time and path issues with long-haul southern hemisphere flights. For example, the direct flight route from Sydney, Australia to Santiago, Chile takes an average of only 13 hours to reach its destination, a duration which globe earthers claim is impossible over a flat Earth. They say that since the Sydney to Santiago flights with US stopovers take twice as long to reach their destinations as the non-stop flights, that this proves the direct flights are not traversing the US and could not be completed so quickly over a flat Earth. As with all globe arguments, however, this hasty conclusion does not follow from their spurious reasoning. To begin with, if Earth were truly a sphere, the shortest route for all such flights would be a straight line over Antarctica. If this flight path was actually possible, it would cut off many hours and many hundred miles. But pilots are given the excuse that Antarctica is too cold to fly over, so not a single plane actually takes the shortest, fastest route over a spherical Earth. Now, even conceding this point, if Earth were truly a sphere, then the second shortest route for all such flights would be a straight shot due east or west over the Pacific, staying in the southern hemisphere for the entire flight. Refueling could even be done in New Zealand or other southern hemisphere destinations along the way, if necessary. In reality, however, 99% of Santiago to Sydney and other long-haul southern hemisphere flights admittedly cross the equator twice, going high into the northern hemisphere, making stopovers at LAX and other North American airports before continuing back down to the southern hemisphere. Here are a few more examples. On a globe, Santiago, Chile to Johannesburg, South Africa should be an easy flight, all taking place below the Tropic of Capricorn in the southern hemisphere. Yet every listed flight makes a curious refueling stop in Senegal near the Tropic of Cancer in the northern hemisphere first. When mapped on a flat Earth, the reason why is clear to see, however, because Senegal is actually directly in a straight line path halfway between the two. On a globe, Johannesburg, South Africa to Sao Paulo, Brazil should be a quick, straight shot over the Atlantic along the 25th southern latitude, but instead, nearly every flight makes a refueling stop at the 50th degree north latitude in London first. On a globe, Johannesburg, South Africa to Perth, Australia should be a straight shot over the Indian Ocean with convenient refueling possibilities on Mauritius or Madagascar. But in actual practice, most Johannesburg to Perth flights curiously stop over in either Dubai, Hong Kong, or Malaysia. On a globe, Cape Town, South Africa to Buenos Aires, Argentina should be a straight shot over the Atlantic following the same line of latitude across. But instead, every flight goes to connecting locations in the northern hemisphere first, stopping over anywhere from London to Turkey to Dubai. Such ridiculously wayward detours as these make no sense on the globe, but make perfect sense and form nearly straight lines when shown on a flat Earth map. As for the Sydney to Santiago direct flight, data from Google Flights cites an average duration of 13 hours and 22 minutes, with data from Google Earth citing a total distance between the two of 7,063 miles. Dividing 7,063 miles by 13.3 hours gives a necessary average flight speed of 531 miles per hour, which according to Google Search is just below the 540 mile per hour average flight speed of commercial airliners. In other words, not only are such flights easily possible over a flat Earth, but they also take exactly the amount of time expected. Some globe debaters will acknowledge this fact, but rebut with the claim that non-stop Sydney to Santiago flights follow a great circle route over the Pacific, remaining in the southern hemisphere the entire time, therefore increasing the necessary flight distance, speed, and duration. With regards to this claim, firstly, it has yet to be proven that these flights even exist, since no unedited video footage exists online, and every time flat earthers have attempted to book the non-stop flight, it fails to go through, gets cancelled and refunded days before departure, or changes to a non-direct flight. Secondly, if they do exist, it is yet to be proven that these flights follow such a path, because again, there is no unedited video footage, flight trackers cut out over the oceans, and it is highly unlikely, considering 99% of other long-haul southern hemisphere flights take radical northern detours. Even conceding all of the above, however, there is still no reason that such flights would be impossible over a flat Earth. 540 miles per hour is the average commercial airline speed, but most Convairs and Boeings have the capability of traveling much faster, especially during such long-haul flights, upwards of 600 to 800 miles per hour. The Concorde commercial airliner actually had a maximum flight speed of a whopping 1,480 miles per hour. Furthermore, trade winds and jet streams exist, which pilots regularly take advantage of, that can boost airspeed up to an extra 200 miles per hour. Therefore, even if such a flight exists, and travels non-stop the exact route globe debaters claim, by simply speeding up and taking advantage of trade winds and jet streams, planes would still be perfectly able to reach their destination on time over a flat Earth.
If we are really living on a round ball planet, then please answer me this. Why is it that water always finds its level? I mean, no matter what you do to it, no matter what circumstances it's in, it's always going to find its level. And I can already hear all the science people like, oh my God, it's gravity. You know, that thing that's strong enough to hold trillions of liters of ocean down to a spinning ball Earth, but just weak enough to let a dragonfly or a butterfly fly gracefully through the air. Even the king himself, Nikola Tesla, knew that gravity was bullshit. He knew that Earth is a realm and not a planet. He also goes on to say that electromagnetic levitation disproves gravity because the only force you need to counter is the electromagnetic force, not gravity. And he also says that the stars are attached to the firmament, and take note of that. Now, I know all the science people are going to come in here with all their terms and their science that they were literally conditioned with by the globalist elites that own all of the education systems in the world. You know, the same people that own all the governments, the media, the corporations, they control all the financial institutions within the world, except for Russia. Surprise, surprise. This is no longer a conspiracy theory, this is known fact. And my point is you have been lied to your whole entire life about everything. Remember, knowledge is power. The more knowledge you hold over the population, the more power you hold over the population. Now, why would they lie about this? It's because they are trying to hide God, the real God. Now, every single ancient culture and society depicted the firmament and the flat earth. From the Egyptians, look at the stars on the firmament. The Hebrew, the Mayans, the Sumerians, even the Freemasons, the ones that are controlling everything. There's a reason why the sky is blue, as above, so below, waters above the firmament. Check this clip out.
Steroid Santa Claus kicks the deal. It's a long fly ball going back, and the ball shatters the sky, bringing the ocean itself down into...
That clip is showing you the truth in plain sight, just like the United Nations flag. It's literally a flat earth map, same thing. This is at the George W. Bush Airport, flat earth map, tree of life in the middle, dome over the top. Now check this Hillary Clinton clip out.
Although we weren't able to shatter that highest, hardest glass ceiling this time, thanks to you, it's got about 18 million cracks in it.
Once again, they're telling you the truth straight up in plain sight. Now this is what a real close-up of stars look like. What does this look like? Waters above the firmament. And remember, the stars are on the firmament. And all throughout the Bible, there's reference to the firmament. And God made the firmament and divided the waters which were under the firmament from the waters which were above the firmament. And it was so. Genesis 1:7. The truth is always in plain sight. God made this unique design of this realm for us. We are all unique in our own ways. We are not insignificant like they would let us to believe. We are powerful together and not separate. And it's time to wake up. Peace and love.
The Earth is spinning at 1,040 miles an hour. You can't feel it. You can't measure it. You can't observe it. You can't repeat it. But trust us.
The first big project, successful project of modern science was that, mapping the world. And it was obvious to everybody that it's not being done out of sheer curiosity. It's being done in order to control and to conquer.
I'd like to be an explorer, like the Great Magellan.
Oh, you're too late. There's really nothing left to explore.
Mapping the world was the first step to conquering it.
And not everybody can be a robot polisher.
If 1 billion people found out tomorrow that they can all go to outer land space and visit other tribes and civilizations and explore technology and animals, the whole system would crumble. if there's more resources, natural resources, if there's more food for our starving children, if there's more space, more room for us to get away from the child sex trafficking, if there's places where we can go and other civilizations we can be a part of, where they don't charge you for water, they don't charge you for free energy, they don't charge you for property taxes. All these corrupt systems that are stealing money from us, kidnapping our children, they rely upon the cattle staying on the ranch, the slaves on the plantation.
Truman! Truman! No! That's off limits!
Why? What's over there?
Nothing. It's dangerous, that's all. You've got to know your limitations, Truman.
That's why Flat Earth is the most important knowledge we can obtain. You have to have permission to do everything. You have to have permission to marry the love of your life. You have to have permission to travel down the road when we have the inalienable right to travel from point A to point B. You people think you're free? You're not free. You're free-range chickens. That's what you are. You're free-range chickens held in an area you're not allowed to go past, and if not, you go to jail or you get shot. Stay on the plantation, do what you're supposed to do, pay your taxes, and shut up.
It's not just about hiding a place for more resources and where else we can go and dig for gas and gold. It's not about that. They're hiding freedom. They know that as soon as we all find out that there's another place to go without dictatorship, that we'd be gone.
Gold can't go to $1 an ounce. Gasoline can't go to 20 cents a gallon. We can all have, thousands of acres of land to ourselves. The whole system crumbles. The entire system crumbles. Period. You've been conditioned your entire life. It's okay to lie. It's okay to be lied to. So when the lie comes out, people are just like, okay, whatever. Got to turn on my Fox News. Got to go to the bar. Got to go watch my football. Give them bread and circuses, and they will never revolt.
Stop defending Rockefeller, Rothschilds, all these gurus, these people that want the New World Order, the modern day people, Bill Gates, Schwab, all these people that they're pushing for it, and they feel like it's almost there, and we're sitting here fighting it. We're sitting here trying to wake the world up so we can have a peaceful and loving world again. And you're attacking us. Whose side are you on? We're trying to take these evil entities down that suppress our knowledge. We're trying to give knowledge back to the world so we can become powerful again.
If we don't do something now, all of this is going away, and they're taking over this world. So speak out. It just takes one celebrity, one person with a big following, and then it goes viral, and then the entire system collapses. All of this world control is based on the heliocentric lie.
And not everybody can be a robot polisher.
This world has been toying with us. It's a test, I swear it is. We've just got to pop the whole thing off and go. No matter what's out there.
Why do you think that Truman has never come close to discovering the true nature of his world until now?
We accept the reality of the world with which we're presented. It's as simple as that.
It's the most important thing. It opens the door for everything else. You want to know the truth? You have to know where you live.
Mapping the world was the first step to conquering it.
Goodness. Huge circle. Wow. Oh my god. It's a new portal, guys. That is so weird. What's happening?
We're forced to stay here if this is all that there is to us. If we know there's more land, if we can go, we can't even go try to go see. People go take a picture of the edge. what edge? Where do you grasp this self-evidence proof for yourself? How do you feel about the globe that you're presented in kindergarten through 3rd grade that you're defending? What are you nowadays?
Well, I do wonder why in space and time why everything is so spherical, but then that would also, you could argue,
What's
gravity.
spherical in nature?
Spherical in nature,
Yes.
but the sun looks spherical, and then you've got Jupiter and Saturn.
I'm talking about Earth, though, Alex. I'm talking about Earth.
The thing I see is kind of the form. Like, I can't see myself as a 2-year-old, but my mother, it looks like a human. I'm a human, so I see the moon. It doesn't really turn, though. That's a good point. And I just see that looks like a globe to me.
No, but again, if you look at the ceiling in your house, the lights, the shape of the lights in your house on top of your ceiling, that doesn't determine the floor of your home. Your floor is flat, right? So it doesn't matter what's above. You keep going up. I'm talking about here, staying on this plane of existence we're on.
Well, as above, so below.
Oh, snap.
Oh. Imagine the documentary showing us arguing, and then we like make calls and do it all, and they deny it. Because I know we've already tried.
That's going to be the documentary because we ain't going. They ain't going to let us go. But
well, where have you ever
document
seen
the
where
process,
there's not corporations and like Walmart and like everyone? Because we call it's like, well, call back in a month. You're lucky. We spent months trying to actually do it. I was going to send a crew. They won't call back. You can't even go there. There's one peninsula where you look at penguins. So
exactly. And then you think, I have some friends that went to fucking South Pole. Yeah. They put them in that little fucking island with penguins. You can't just go.
I mean, saying you're at the
explore.
South Pole and saying you went to Antarctica and you walked around it, is like being in New Jersey and saying you were chilling in California. It's fucking huge. There's a whole part to it. They let you go to some parts, and they don't let you go to the other parts.
Antarctica's
No,
bigger
they're
than all the
definitely
continents
hiding Antarctica. We need the Hibbler channel.
Yeah, dude, we gotta do that, Alex.
Dude, Hibbler has produced 2 of the best flat Earth documentaries. I mean, Hibbler's no joke. I know you're tripping on his name right now, Alex, and you can't get over it. But he watch the documentary Level, watch that one, and then his new one's coming out in like 3 weeks called Next Level. You watch that shit. If you're on the fence, he'll tip you over.
No, I love it.